Hey friends, welcome to another episode of my vlog. It's Sunday, June 8th, and today was a very gorgeous day. How do we have the weather at the moment? It's one day crappy, one day nice, or 2 days crappy, 2 days nice. That is pretty much what the forecast looks like. Although I gotta say, the plants seem to be okay with it. Everything is thriving in the garden, and we got a lot of things done this week, despite the still slightly weird weather. But we finally got the irrigation going also in the front yard, which means like all of my containers, like the deck containers and the steps containers and even the hanging baskets, everything is now on irrigation. So nothing needs to be watered anymore, which is the way how I prefer things. And this is really was the last big push, although it wasn't that big. There were just like 2 leaks which had to be fixed, and everything else was just a little bit tricking around, getting the system up and running again, which is always every year the same stuff. But now literally everything what you see in my garden is on irrigation. If you're curious to learn more or have any questions regarding irrigation, let me know in the comments. I'm considering doing an updated video about like what are the configurations I use for what. If that is of interest to you, just let me know. What else did we do? I had yesterday a beautiful visit from my friend Karen, who was an Instagram garden friend who became a real life friend, which is always fun. And she stopped by to grab one of my leftover seedlings for the Santa Cat squash. And it's always such a joy to like show around friends who love gardening equally much and have the eye for the things as well, which is, yeah, always fun. The time window was small yesterday before the pouring rain started, but we made the best out of it. What is also really nice to look at the moment are my shrub roses, which are all in bloom, and the crazy love is stealing crazily the show. It's like the biggest and the best which has ever been. It's this year, I think it's the third or the fourth year for it, and it's just gorgeous. Like, yeah, it also has a nice scent, although not as great of a scent as like the David Austin roses typically have, but it's a really stunner, and the color gradient is just wild in this flower or in this plant. What else was exciting this week is we harvested our first peas, and now they're cranking out. They got hit over the head on, when was it, Tuesday or Wednesday, with like a 90-degree weather day, which turned out to be 96. And yeah, and now they're cranking out peas like nobody's business, which is really nice. I also planted last weekend, as you might remember, already all my like warmer season crops like the squashes and the cucumbers, and they seem to deal with our roller coaster weather surprisingly well. So this seems all fine and good. What is also exciting, as of today, I checked, I think we're at 93% of all the dahlias up. So in just a few weeks, we have gorgeousness going on here. Gorgeousness. I can't wait. I'm like sitting here, and it's like it's this conundrum of like you want to push the time ahead, but you also want to savor still every moment because it's still spring, and we also know how the weather turns in July. So it's like this conundrum. I want to have my flowers, but I also don't want to be that far into summer already. So, but yeah. Anyway, I'm super excited. And what else did we do? The irrigation's a piece. Oh, I did weed a lot. The only downside with the weather getting warmer is like weeds are spreading like Hail Mary. But as you may know, if you get after them in spring, when they push hard once, you're usually good for the rest of the season. So I'm trying to stay on top of it. I weeded the slope pretty well. And this is typically where like a lot of our pests start to hide under the leaves. There's like one area where weeding is so important. It's not only like taking nutrients away from your plants or compete with the nutrients in the soil, but they oftentimes host, yeah, some not so great things. So go down and weed and really go after it. You'll thank me later. And today was a very special day because our youngest had her graduation, so nobody else is in high school anymore. And yeah, gorgeous day. It was supposed to be on Friday, which they moved to today, and I'm glad they did because Friday was, it didn't rain here locally, but it was still so hot and so muggy. I think there would have been some people fainting or not making it through the length of the ceremony. So today was definitely a better day. And yeah, it was just so nice. I'm yeah, so proud of her and looking forward to see what she's going to do with college and everything. So yeah, really, really great. And I hope you don't hear this, but my neighbors have a party or crying kids, so I hope I can filter this out in the audio. So what are we going to do this week? This week is also an exciting one because Tuesday, when you see probably this video, or I might actually post it on Friday, which means Tuesday's already passed. But anyway, Tuesday's my birthday, and I love to celebrate my birthday. So we might not have a video this week and next week, just because we're a little bit in a slump of a few things. We wanted to record a garden tour, but Mr. Grown in England didn't let me because the grass is not mowed and he wants to have the grass in perfect shape when I do those tours. Otherwise, I'm not allowed to do that. Joking, but yeah, he likes to make it pretty for me, which is very sweet of him. Yeah, so we'll record that soonish. The weather forecast again, like at the moment it's always the weekends which are rainy, which makes it so hard because those are the only days I have to truly record, because from Wednesday to Friday I'm also on a business trip again, surprise surprise. And yeah, we'll gotta see you. So stay tuned for the next video. Let me know if you have any questions or what you're up to. You know, I love to chat with you in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you next week.